Hey everybody, Mr. Simbarski here today to talk to you about inversions. So we're going to talk about the what it is and why you would use it. So to start off, an inversion is basically when you take your normal triad and split those notes up to be somewhere other than in a nice order like this. So one thing you could do, you could take your bottom C of a C chord and move it up here. This is a simple sixth inversion. Or you could take the C and the E and move them up here. Now you have your 6/4 inversion. So you can even split it up among octaves to make more of an open interval. And it doesn't just have to be the bottom one. So let's say I took the C way down here, then the E up here, maybe the G leave down here. Sounds very happy, strong because of that open fifth on the bottom. You can do all sorts of things as long as they're all the same notes of the chord. Right? So there's an inversion for you. Now, why would we use it? We would use it because using the same triads always in chords would be very basic, very elementary, and part of music is always finding something new. What's the latest sound? So let's show it to you now what it looks like on the piano roll. So if I hit record here, we'll show you what it looks like first as a triad. And I'm doing a 1-4-5 chord progression for us here. Right, let's quantize that puppy. There we go. So on our piano roll here, we can see that I'm playing all major chords because the distance from this first note to the second note is a little bit bigger. Major is another word for big. So this is called a major chord. If I were to move the third to be a minor third, then we would have a minor chord. So it's that simple to go from major to minor. Now, what if I wanted to switch this up to invert my triad? And I'm showing you this way because I know many of you aren't that adept at playing piano yet, so this click and drag stuff might be a little easier for you. So the main important thing is that you keep those three notes of the chord. So this is on the low C. Maybe I'll move it up to the high C. And let's leave that E there. We're going to put G on top to see kind of a open sound. Now, do you see it says G3 velocity 36? So it'll always tell you the note, G. 3 is telling you which G on the keyboard it is. It starts at the bottom with some zeros and then 1, 2, 3. So this is more halfway up the keyboard. And the velocity is the volume, so you don't need to worry about that yet. So there, I've got my inversion with kind of open interval. Then the next chord I went to is an F chord. And I'm going to leave this F here because it's kind of close to that note. And a rule of voice leading is you want to keep the notes of the chord changes kind of similar to each other so that you're not jumping around the keyboard. And this one was my A, so I'll move it up there. So let's give a listen to our first two chords. Whoopsies, had a minor there. But hopefully you can hear how it's a little bit better of a sound than just that normal triad. As opposed to right, that sounds a little more basic. It's not a huge deal, but music is a fine art, so it's all these fine details that make a difference. All right, I hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you next time. Take care.